right? There were four really good black quarterbacks who were playing yesterday in college football, and the Giants general manager, Joe Shane, was actually at the USC Washington game in California and Los Angeles to check out those two black quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, who won the Heisman Trophy last year, and Michael Penix, all right, lefty. The brother is bad. I first saw him at the University of Indiana a couple years ago. Now he's at Washington, and he might win the Heisman this season. All right. So, and yes, Giants general manager Joe Shane was in attendance, and if you have been listening to me at all, you know how I feel. All right. I want Daniel Jones out. The Giants, in their 98-year history, have only had a black quarterback start 3 games in their 98-year history. So let's see, how many games is that? 3 games, right? So, you know, I'm ready to see the Giants give a young black quarterback who is dynamic and talented, the way we see, all right, so many teams out there have given to these kinds of quarterbacks, and they've been successful. I love to see the Giants bring one of those quarterbacks to the team, okay? And the Giants, all right, their record is poor, and they very well, all right, they're going to be at the top of the draft. And like I said, there were 4 talented black quarterbacks playing last night, not just the 2 between USC and Washington. So there's 4. All right, definitely 3 of them are going to be eligible for the NFL draft. So I love to see the Giants get one of those quarterbacks. All right, I'm going to start pushing for that right now, okay? Michael Penix, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels with LSU in the LSU-Alabama game. Another big-time college football game last night with black quarterbacks for both teams, but not just black quarterbacks, talented black quarterbacks who are the real deal. And I have not even mentioned to you all my favorite of the group, all right, is 4. And my favorite of all of them, he reminds me of Lamar Jackson. First time I saw him on some highlight tape from University of Alabama practices, all right, there I saw this kid. And just from watching him with his teammates in practice, he reminded me of Lamar Jackson. And he finally got a chance to be the starter this year, full time. Last year he was backing up my man Bryce Young, all right, who was the first pick in the draft, all right, this past season. And incidentally, I wanted to mention that as well. A great thing, an amazing thing, because last year's NFL draft, the first 3 quarterbacks taken were black. Bryce Young with Carolina, C.J. Stroud with Houston, and then you had Anthony Richardson was taken by the Colts, all right? So that was just, all right, shocking, really, if you know anything about the history of blacks not getting a chance to play quarterback in the history of the NFL, okay? And that's started to change some, all right? But still, there's still a lot of biases there. And like I said before, the black quarterbacks who you do see get a chance in the NFL, they've got to be outstanding to get a chance, okay? They can't be okay. They got to be outstanding to get a chance, okay? Whether, all right, whether they're outstanding in the NFL or they were outstanding in college, and because they were outstanding in college, outstanding, they got a chance in the NFL, all right? But no mediocre black quarterbacks are getting a chance, okay? So, but this year coming up, it could be a situation where, all right, we want to have a lot of black quarterbacks taken at the top of the draft, and the Giants, all right, I wanted the Giants to take Justin Fields like 3 years ago, all right, and they kept Daniel Jones, and I was saying then, and Justin Fields gets slighted by the New York media here. That's why I say if Daniel Jones was black, he would have been ran out of New York City a long time ago, because I hear the way the New York City media talk about Justin Fields, who plays for the Chicago Bears, and Justin Fields' numbers are superior to Daniel Jones, and he has had way less time in the NFL, and everybody in New York crying about Daniel Jones does not have any help, okay? Daniel Jones has Saquon Barkley, who, by the way, and now everybody understands this, is the best player on the Giants, and it's the only reason why Daniel Jones, folks, all right, The only reason why Daniel Jones, folks, is able to function, okay, is when Saquon Barkley is back there with him. If Saquon Barkley is not back there with him, Daniel Jones is a mess and not good. He's not good anyway. All right, but so yes, Justin Fields, the New York media, I can name several guys who all I've heard for 2 years is them trash Justin Fields, say that he's not that good, he can't pass, all he does is run, right? When Daniel Jones is running, it's, oh, Daniel Jones is so courageous, he's carrying the team with his legs, he has no help, okay? But when Justin Fields has less than Daniel Jones, because Justin Fields does not have anybody, all right, last year, as good as Saquon Barkley, but he still threw for more touchdown passes, all right? Now, this season, okay, Justin Fields, he got hurt like Daniel Jones got hurt, but, all right, he's still total right now. Justin Fields has 11 touchdown passes, okay? Daniel Jones has 2, folks, 2. And like, what, 6 interceptions? I mean, come on, folks, all right? But I hear people, again, in the New York media tell me how Justin Fields is not that good, but they praise Daniel Jones. So when I say that, if Daniel Jones was black, he would have gotten running out of New York a long time ago. This is why I say this kind of stuff, okay? But Justin Fields, the 2 games before he got hurt, he threw for 4 touchdown passes in both of those games, okay? Both of them, for a total of 8, all right? Daniel Jones, so far this season, again, folks, he has 2 touchdown passes. And I also want to mention really quickly the Giants game today, okay? They play against the Raiders in Las Vegas. And another serious issue, the lack of black coaches in the NFL and in college football. That's even worse, right? But the first game, the new coach for the Raiders is former Giants linebacker, who I love, Antonio Pierce. Antonio was a member of the Giants' 2007 Super Bowl 42 championship winning team. AP, Pro Bowler, all right? The man. I love Antonio Pierce. He was on the coaching staff with the Raiders, and the Raiders just fired their head coach, Josh McDaniel, all right? Someone who had his second opportunity to be a head coach, and it's not that good, all right? So fired him. Al Davis, y'all remember Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders? He passed away a few years ago. His son now is running the team. So his son fired Josh McDaniel and named Antonio Pierce the head coach. And of course, you all know that the first NFL team to hire a black man to be the head coach of a football team was Al Davis, the Raiders, when they were in Los Angeles. He hired Art Shell, of course, who played many years at a Pro Bowl level for him with the Raiders as a player. So Antonio Pierce now gets the gig, and there's several. I just said there's a dearth of black head coaches in the NFL. Has been throughout the history. Has not been that many who have gotten a chance. All right. I mentioned how there have been less than 20 black managers in the history of Major League Baseball. Well, NFL might even be less. All right. And I'm not exactly sure. I haven't spent the time to count how many black head coaches that we have had throughout NFL history. But I know one organization, all right, there are several organizations that have never had a black head coach. And I can name one. Can you all guess? Hey, it's the same one who, up until 2 weeks ago, in the 98-year history, had only had one game started by a black quarterback. And that, of course, the New York Giants, yes. They have never had a black head coach. Is anyone surprised? Now, the Jets had a black head coach, Herm Edwards, and they had Todd Bowles, all right? They've had 2. And Geno Smith, okay, who was the first. All right, I've been through this. I don't want to go through this again if you have already heard this tale. But, of course, Geno was the black quarterback who got the one and only start for the Giants back in 2017. And he was the only one up until 2 weeks ago when Daniel Jones got hurt and Tyrod Taylor, the backup, came in. So Geno was the backup. All right, he backed up Eli. But Geno, before that, got the opportunity out of college to start his first 2 seasons with the Jets. Okay, and the Jets had dating back to Ray Lucas starting for Bill Parcells in 1999. Okay, black quarterback. All right, so the Giants, I don't know what's going on, man, but the fact that they're not winning and this is going on, it's like, come on, let's see some change, some real change. All right, give me something to get excited about, Giants. All right,